It's Friday. It's 2 p.m. in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern. Hello, Angelika.
Hello, Stephen.
Right. Okay. We weren't panicking then. I was. It took forever to get started. So if you're joining us now, thank you very much. This is Ask Angelika, Season 1, Episode 23. I've given the game away by sharing the card. Angelika, it's over to you. Where are we going today and why?
And by the way, it's Season 3, not 1.
Oh,
it says
okay,
Season 3.
fine.
You said Season 1. But we're in Ulm because Season 3 is different places, mainly towns, really, in Germany, or cities. And for the last several letters, we've gone through the alphabet. Actually, we're pretty close to the end because we've got as far as U. And that's
Indeed.
why we're in
Ulm, right. So I got the pronunciation right. And what do we know about Ulm?
Not a lot.
It's
no,
close.
I've never been. There were a couple of things I knew, so I've just found a few more other things as well, which I hope will be interesting to people.
But our previous broadcast was a T
Yeah.
for Tübingen.
Yeah.
And that's not too far from Ulm, is it?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
You looked at the first sentence.
We'll have to go. We'll have to go on a road journey and start off and see if we can actually cover the whole of Germany. And say hello to Chris. And Chris
Hello,
is saying hello, Stephen and Angelika. And thanks for joining us, Chris. And everybody else who's watching at the moment, wherever you are, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, please do say hello. Now, the way this works is that Angelika has put together 9 sentences this week in German and given the translations as well. Our task is to read those 9 sentences in German, and you can do it along with me, and then Angelika will correct our pronunciation, and then we'll go on to translate the sentence together. At the end of the broadcast, you'll listen to all 9 sentences again in flawless German and possibly flawless English too. So let's make a start. The picture behind me is Ulm, and you'll see that change during the course of the broadcast as we take you on a mini tour of Ulm itself. So without further ado, over to the agenda and an official welcome to the show. And it is Ask Angelika Visits Ulm, Season 3, Episode 29. And the first sentence is Ulm ist eine Stadt in Baden-Württemberg, etwa 90 Kilometer östlich von Tübingen.
Yeah, that's why I said you looked at it, didn't you? Ulm ist eine Stadt in Baden-Württemberg, etwa 90 Kilometer östlich von Tübingen.
I did actually read them as I was actually copying them into the agenda on Be Live. Okay, so pronunciation not bad, and translation: Ulm is a city in Baden-Württemberg, about 90 kilometers east of Tübingen.
Yeah.
Okay, östlich. If it would be on the west side? What would that be?
Westlich.
Westlich, östlich. Okay, and if you want to know more about Tübingen, then all you need to do is to go to Angelika's YouTube channel, and you can watch all the episodes, all 29 of, or 28 and a half at the moment. All right, the translation is Ulm is a city in Baden-Württemberg, about 90 kilometers east of Tübingen. And before we continue, we'll take a comment from Chris. And Chris is saying Ulm is something special from the medieval period, something very high.
Oh, has she seen my sentences as well?
No. Interesting. Okay.
You'll find out in a minute, Stephen.
Go back to the agenda and go on to the next sentence. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted to do. I shouldn't have broken off and come back, should I? Okay, phrase 2. Das Wappentier von Ulm ist ein Spatz.
Das Wappentier.
Wappentier.
Ja, das Wappentier von Ulm ist ein Spatz.
Okay, now we're going to have to break this down. A tier is an animal, as in Tierpark, which is a zoo. Of Ulm. Right, Wappen. Was bedeutet Wappen?
Well, Wappentier here is the heraldic animal.
Ah, on the shield.
On the shield, yeah.
Okay.
And I found this fascinating because, well, we need to work out what a Spatz is.
Is it a squirrel?
No, it's not a squirrel. That would be Eichhörnchen.
Okay.
It's a bird.
It's
a bird, but a particular bird. It's a bird.
Okay. Are you
sparrow.
going to tell us?
It's a sparrow.
Ah, okay. So the heraldic animal of Ulm is a sparrow.
Yes. I have got no idea why. I should have checked really why. I just find that a very random fact, having a sparrow on your shield. Where Berlin has got a bear, Ulm has got a sparrow.
What does divisors have? That's a question.
No animal, I don't think.
Question for later. Keine Ahnung. Phrase 3. Albert Einstein wohnte die ersten 50 Monate seines Lebens in Ulm.
15, not 50.
15. Yep, sorry, misspoke. I didn't mean to say.
It's yeah, but that's a very common mistake actually. So you're in good company.
Okay, 50 was 50. 15 is 15.
Exactly.
Right.
Albert Einstein wohnte die ersten 15 Monate seines Lebens in Ulm.
Albert Einstein lived for the first 15 months of his life in Ulm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the official translation is Albert Einstein lived in Ulm for the first 15 months of his life. I'm going to take a comment, and we've got a new viewer. Excellent. Okay, so we say hello to Unimel, and thank you for joining us. And we hope you enjoy learning German. And I'll just put our names on screen so that you know who we are. Because if you're new to us, then you know who Angelika is, because that's Ask Angelika. Okay, now this time I need to go, when I go back to the agenda, which I'm doing now, I need to go to the fourth phrase, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. Phrase 4. Der vorletzte Montag im Juli ist in Ulm der Schwörmontag.
Schwör. Der vorletzte Montag im Juli ist in Ulm der Schwörmontag.
Schwörmontag. Okay, the next to last Monday in July, in Ulm, on the second to last Monday in July, it is Schwörmontag, which is something Monday.
Yes, and it only exists in Ulm. So actually the translation, I've left it, but it is actually literally translated, it would be Oath Monday.
Okay. We're going to find out why.
The following sentences will explain a bit more. Okay.
Right. And the translation is of phrase 4. The second last Monday in July is Schwörmontag, because you could use the German word, couldn't you, even in an English sentence?
Because it's unique. It's a holiday, but only in Ulm, nowhere else.
It's Oath Monday in Ulm. And phrase 5. Seit 14. Jahrhundert mit Unterbrechungen wird an diesem Tag vom Bürgermeister geschworen.
Seit dem 14., you got that in the end, seit dem 14. Jahrhundert mit Unterbrechungen wird an diesem Tag vom Bürgermeister geschworen. And what that is comes in the next sentence.
I had to do a double take. I actually was trying to do the 40. I obviously got my numbers mixed up today. It happens. It's the first show of the year, Angelika. So, Seit im 14. Jahrhundert. Okay, since the 14th century, mit Unterbrechungen.
Yeah.
Break sounds like breaks. So I'm going to take a flyer at this. I may well be totally wrong. With breaks in between.
Yeah, or, well, actually, the proper word is interruptions, but yes, that would be breaks.
Interruptions. On this day, the mayor was sworn in.
No, he wasn't sworn in. He has sworn. He's given an oath.
He took an oath.
He's giving an oath, and this has been happening since the 14th century, although not every year. There have been interruptions. And it's a particular oath that he says every time on that Monday, and that oath will be in the next sentence.
Okay. So here is the oath in German, phrase 6.
Now there's your translation.
No, that's the translation of the other one. Since the 14th century, with interruptions, the mayor has sworn on this day. No. Oh, okay. I mean, I can swear.
No. This is it's swearing an oath.
Right, okay. And we've been joined. Willkommen bei uns.
Stephen.
Yeah. Guten Mittag, du beiden. Danke. Vielen Dank. Okay, so we go back to the agenda. And can you just remind me which one we're on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6. Okay, phrase 6 then. And this is the actual oath that the mayor takes. Reichen und armen ein gemeiner Mann zu sein in allen gleichen, gemeinsamen und redlichen Dingen ohne allen Vorbehalt.
It's a bit old-fashioned talk, but
okay.
That's what has been said since the 14th.
You didn't correct my pronunciation.
No, it's pretty good. Do you want me to say it again?
Reichen und armen.
Ja, I was impressed. Reichen und armen, ein gemeiner Mann zu sein, in allen gleichen, gemeinsamen und redlichen Dingen, ohne allen Vorbehalt.
Okay. Right, now thank you for being impressed by the pronunciation, because I haven't got a clue about the translation.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky because it is a bit sort of oldie saying, but you should recognize reich und arm.
Right.
No, rich and poor.
Rich and poor together.
No, that's interesting. Now, the word gemeinsam is sort of together, really. The word gemein, as in ein gemeiner Mann, that's one of those words that's changed the meaning. And nowadays, if I said ein gemeiner Mann, I'm talking about a nasty man. But actually, it was a common man.
Okay.
So to be a common man, to rich and poor, in all things equal, common, and honest, without any reservation. And that's what the mayor would be. That would be the mayor's oath, that he would be a common man to rich and poor.
And translation, phrase 6, to be a common man, to rich and poor, in all things equal, common and honest, without any reservation. So you were right. You got that one right. So you get a point as well. I got 1 point for actually pronouncing it right. You got a point for actually translating it. Okay. Before we go on to the next sentence, well, no, let's go on to the next sentence, and then I can change my photo then. Das Ulmer Münster ist die größte evangelische Kirche Deutschlands.
Ja, das Ulmer Münster ist die größte evangelische Kirche Deutschlands.
Okay, so the Ulmer Cathedral is the largest evangelic church in Germany.
Or the Protestant, yeah.
Yeah. So cathedral and Münster, are they interchangeable?
I am not too sure. It's possible that Münster is only standing for a certain type. I don't know. I would have to look that up.
Okay. Well, we can now go over to the cathedral, and we'll change the screen around a bit. I'm going to hide that, and we'll go side by side like that. And you can now see the cathedral in the background. Okay, and if I swerve round, you'll actually get a complete view of the cathedral. Okay, so the official translation of that seventh item is Ulm Cathedral is the largest Protestant church in Germany. And phrase 8.
Just for you.
161 Meter or comma 50 161 Komma 53 Meter. Turm ist der höchste Kirchturm der Welt. Wow.
That's it. Der 161,53 Meter hohe Turm ist der höchste Kirchturm der Welt.
I got there in the end. I struggled with that. Struggled
It's
with
not
numbers
the
this week.
easiest number to read, is it?
No, but it's pretty tall. I mean, that is 500 foot high.
I mean, look at the picture behind you. It is
Well,
tall.
Let's see if we can get a better perspective on it. There you are. There it is. Now that's pretty big. I mean, you must be able to see it from miles around, really. Yeah.
I would have thought so, yes.
Yeah. Okay, translation of phrase 8 then. Is the 161.53 meter high tower is the highest church tower in the world. And phrase 9.
This is especially for you.
Oh, okay. Ein Zungenbrecher in Ulm und got me. In Ulm und Ulm und Ulm herum.
That was pretty good. So it's ein Zungenbrecher in Ulm und Ulm und Ulm herum.
You said it so much better.
I have to say this is one of the easier ones, which I can do. When you come to the really difficult ones, I can't do them either.
Thank you. So we're going to say that this is a tongue twister, and it's in Ulm and at Ulm?
No, around Ulm.
Around Ulm, and I don't know.
The last one also means around Ulm.
Oh,
I mean, it's really in Ulm and around Ulm and around Ulm. Actually, it's a bit of a tongue twister in English as well. It doesn't really make any sense, but tongue twisters are not designed to make sense. They're designed to get your tongues in a twist because you can't pronounce it.
Exactly so. So translation of that, as Angelika said, is still a bit of a tongue twister. It is a tongue twister in Ulm and around Ulm and around Ulm. Okay. Now, within Ulm, we've discovered that they do have, if this works, a market. So I'm now visiting Ulm Market as we take a comment from Stephen. When Angelika David pronounces the E on the end, it's a real help when learning to speak accurately. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Right. Okay, now we've gone through the 9 sentences in German and in English. We've translated them, and it's now time to actually hear them as they should be read, because as Stephen said, they will be pronounced correctly when Angelika reads them. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of the agenda, to the first sentence, and we're talking about visiting Ulm, and I'll put the first sentence on screen, and Angelika, over to you.
Ulm ist eine Stadt in Baden-Württemberg, etwa 90 Kilometer östlich von Tübingen.
Translated as: Ulm is a city in Baden-Württemberg, about 90 kilometers east of Tübingen.
Das Wappentier von Ulm ist ein Spatz.
The heraldic animal of Ulm is a sparrow.
Albert Einstein wohnte die ersten 15 Monate seines Lebens in Ulm.
Was he actually born there?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, very well. So he's from Ulm as well.
Mm.
Translation is: Albert Einstein lived in Ulm for the first 15 months of his life, and then his parents must have moved somewhere else. If you know the answer to where he moved to, then please let us know.
I mean, 15 months is not a lot, really.
Well,
to
no,
say
he didn't have much say in it, did he? Really?
No, but
Yeah.
it's a nice bit of info for the town to use, of course, for advertising.
Okay.
Der vorletzte Montag im Juli ist in Ulm der Schwörmontag.
The second last Monday in July is Schwörmontag, Oath Monday in Ulm. And on Oath Monday,
Seit dem 14. Jahrhundert mit Unterbrechungen wird an diesem Tag vom Bürgermeister geschworen.
and now we find out what happened on that day, or what still happens on that day. Since the 14th century, with interruptions, the mayor has sworn on this day.
And this is what he said. What he says. Reichen und Armen ein gemeiner Mann zu sein, in allen gleichen, gemeinsamen und redlichen Dingen, ohne allen Vorbehalt.
So that's the sentence that's been read in the city since the 14th century by the mayor, and it is: to be a common man, to rich and poor, in all things equal, common and honest, without any reservation. I know some politicians who should take that oath as well, but we won't go there because this is a German lesson.
Yes, and also, maybe we need to add also, it's not the same mayor each time since the 14th.
Well, no, it is. I'll give you that. It's a different mayor each year. Okay. It's 7, over to you.
Das Ulmer Münster ist die größte evangelische Kirche Deutschlands.
Okay, just let me switch my photo back while we talk about the Kirche. And Ulm Cathedral is the largest Protestant church in Germany. Phrase 8.
Der 161,53 Meter hohe Turm ist der höchste Kirchturm der Welt.
The 161.53 meter high tower is the highest church tower in the world. Or in English, there we are. We've got it in English as well. It's okay, I just remembered it, so I've just read it straight ahead. Phrase 9.
Ein Zungenbrecher. In Ulm und um Ulm herum.
Well done. And in English, phrase 9, last phrase of the day, a tongue twister: in Ulm and around Ulm and around Ulm. Okay, so there we have it. And that has been Ask Angelika Visits Ulm. I'm just going to take that off screen. Right, we have something to do because it's the first week of the new year. So in unison, on your start, can we wish everybody a happy new year?
In German, of course.
In German, of course.
Yeah. Frohes neues Jahr.
Frohen neues Jahr alles. And Angelika, would you like to close today's broadcast?
Yeah, well, that again, like you said, first one of the year and nearly at the end of the alphabet. So thank you for watching our program about Ulm. Next time, in 2 weeks' time, we will visit a place beginning with V. I haven't quite decided yet which one.
Suspense.
But well, suspense for me as well. Whichever one I find with the most interesting or useful or useless bit of information, we will go to.
Okay, and final comment today goes to Stephen. And Stephen is saying, thank you for today's illustrations, both of you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Gern geschehen.
Gern geschehen. There we are. We learned something else today. So from Ulm, from Devices in Wiltshire, we say goodbye until we see you again in 2 weeks' time. Oh, wait a minute. The last comment goes to Chris. And Chris is saying, thank you so much. You're welcome, Chris. And it's time to go. So, tschüss von mir.
Oh, I say that first. Tschüss von mir.
All right, forget I said it. You say it first.
Tschüss von mir.
Und tschüss von mir. Auf Wiedersehen. We'd lengthen that last bit so we could actually